Welcome to my Vision News. Saturday's first video for you, first viewers. Eritrean Information Ministry last night issued a statement slamming an Amhara news source which published an article around 48 hours ago claiming that tension was rising between Ethiopia and Eritrea. What did the news source claim? What is Eritrean government's position? Secondly, internet services, call service, telecom services were cut off in Tigray last night. Still, telecom services are cut off in Tigray. What is happening there? And thirdly, viewers, PM Abiy's palace was once again in the news. Since yesterday, articles are being written, claims are being made about the cost of construction, about some new contracts awarded to some companies which are involved in this mega project. And no one knows the source of funding. Who is funding the construction of this mega project? Details for you. Firstly, viewers, Eritrean Information Ministry has issued a statement rejecting an article published by Borkena. Borkena is an Ethiopian news source. It has a website as well, a newspaper, two online newspaper as well. It's seen as an Amhara news source which works to protect Amhara interests. Borkena published an article on the 10th of May. Title of the article is that tension is rising between Ethiopia and Eritrea. And the writer has made some claims. Firstly, the writer claims that Isaias Afwerki, during an interview on Sudan, said that a bizarre neighboring state was creating problems for the people of Sudan. It was creating instability in Sudan. The ministry says that Isaias Afwerki did not say that in his interview. Well, I covered Isaias Afwerki's interview on Sudan. Yes, Eritrean president did not say anything like that. And I did not report any such talk by Isaias Afwerki about alleged bizarre states' involvement in Sudan. And I made that video immediately after Isaias Afwerki's interview, though people question my translations and sometimes questions are valid, but what Borkena reported was inaccurate. I would agree here. Secondly, second claim made by the writer of that piece for Borkena is that PM Abiy wants to visit Eritrea. Twice his request to visit Eritrea has been rejected by Eritrean government, and his third request is being considered. Again, the Eritrean ministry denies this claim. Thirdly, third claim which I reported as well, that Eritrea trained Fano fighters. Eritrean government has denied giving any training to Fano militia through this statement. The government says that the two sides agreed on some decisions made for counter-offensive operations. The decisions were made jointly with collaboration. Here, I would take this Eritrean response claim with a pinch of salt, because several sources reported about presence of Fano fighters in Eritrea. And Eritrea kept on denying involvement in Tigray war, if you remember. In November 2020, Eritrea denied military involvement in Ethiopia. In the third round of fighting last year, in August, Eritrea denied involvement. Later, the involvement was confirmed. Fourthly, Eritrean government through this statement denies any large-scale military exercises. Again, a claim made by the writer of the article that large-scale military exercises were being conducted by Eritrean military, and it was implied that it was a sign of military preparations for a new war by Eritrean government. The government says that it is only conducting regular refresher courses for its military personnel, which is a routine matter. No large-scale military exercises in Eritrea ongoing. Again, I have no information about any large-scale military maneuvers in Eritrea. So I would back Eritrean government here on most of the points raised with the government, that Borkena's article was inaccurate. And Borkena has realized the mistake. The news source has taken down the article, apologizing to its readers after Eritrean government issued a statement. And the news source says that it will update in coming days, hopefully. So, what Eritrean government said in the statement a few hours ago indicates that it's not that the two governments are on collision course, that Isaias Afwerki and PM Abiy, they are totally out of touch. They are on the same page on most issues. There could be some unresolved issues, which there are issues, some issues. But it's not that the relations have totally collapsed. Largely, that is what we have been reporting to. This Borkena report was very irresponsible. Secondly, was Tigray, where telecom services have been cut off since last night. Several sources are reporting no internet in Tigray, no call service in Tigray. Tigray has a bitter experience of telecom blackout for months. Around 2 years, the people of Tigray suffered a lot. That is why rumors are being spread. But most sources say that this telecom service disruption happened because of damage to optic fiber cable in two neighboring areas in Rabati, Afar, and in Alamata. Reportedly, the optic fiber cable has been damaged or destroyed, whatever the reason is. But due to this damage, the telecom services have been cut off. But maintenance work is underway. So it's not that the government or some other players are waging a new war on Tigray. So everyone should be careful. No one should spread rumors. Lastly, viewers, PM Abiy's palace is once again in the news. PM Abiy's government is building a new palace in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. For months, construction is underway. No one knows who is funding the project. This is not just a palace. It has 3 lakes. Foundation of one of 3 lakes has been completed. It has a road network of 29 kilometers. Lakes, forests, a world-class hotel being built by a Chinese company, palace, and lots of other infrastructural items too. No one really knows the total cost of this project. Some say the cost is around 15 to 16 billion US dollars, and it's a mega project. But no auditing, no one knows who is funding. Is some foreign power funding the construction, or Ethiopian businessmen funding? There is no clarity. That is why people raise questions. There is no transparency. PM Abiy cannot build such a mega project from his own pocket. He is not a wealthy man. Obviously, someone is donating. Those who are donating would be in pursuit of having their ambitions fulfilled. What are their ambitions? What are their plans? No one knows. But contracts are being awarded to new companies. Ethiopian companies are working, foreign companies are working. PM Abiy is big fan of mega projects. In Addis Ababa, he has built several. He believes that these mega projects show that people of Ethiopia as a country is progressing. This view of prosperity is challenged by some people in Ethiopia. They say that while Ethiopians are dying of hunger, the government should not spend billions of US dollars on a mega project in Addis Ababa. No matter who is funding this project, this funding can be diverted to humanitarian operations, to the creation of job opportunities, to the establishing of new factories, to empowering women, to giving economic opportunities to youth. So a lot can happen. But so far, billions of US dollars are being spent on buildings. That is what seems to be the case. But that is how PM Abiy believes when it comes to prosperity. He wants to show to the world and international diplomats, world leaders, they visit Addis Ababa mostly. The project is in Addis Ababa. So they want to impress the visiting world leaders, diplomats, that Ethiopia is on the right track. Projects should be built in far-off areas too, like Afar, where still delivery of aid is an issue. Why? Because there is no road infrastructure. Several other zones in Ethiopia without electricity, without road infrastructure, without basic necessities which people need. Thank you.